Brought to you by the Every Dollar app. Start budgeting for free today.
My husband, we have 6 children together. We've been married for almost 20 years, and he wants to file for a divorce this summer. I've been a stay-at-home mom for 14 years. I've had a little bit of part-time income, what works with our kids' schedule, but essentially everything's valued under him, so to speak. Just trying to figure out how to financially prepare myself for everything coming ahead.
Holy moly.
What happened, Christy?
Honestly, I really don't know. Back in 2010, when we had our third child, we actually used to teach FPU and paid off all our debt. Things were going really well. Had 3 more kids. And then in 2020, my husband, when we refinanced our house, confessed to me that he had been using credit cards and drove up some debt. So we took out a little extra money on our home loan to pay off those. He promised me he was going to cancel all those and they were going to be done. And then earlier this year, I found out again he had driven up almost $60,000 in credit card debt. So we took out a second mortgage against the house to pay for all that because, as you can imagine, all the credit card fees was hundreds and hundreds of $1,000 a month, not to mention its balances. And then things went downhill really quickly after that. So, it's been a very difficult year. Our oldest started college this year. We've got kids from 18 all the way down to 4 years old.
Oh, gosh.
The 4-year-old is in my preschool class currently. I'm a preschool teacher to try to make money because I can have my son with me. Life's a little chaos. I just want to try to be prepared. I just found out that he hasn't been paying my life insurance, so I'm going to need to get a new life insurance policy as well. Just kind of everything's up on end.
When you say he's filing,
I appreciate your advice.
Well, I appreciate that. When you say he's filing for divorce this summer, is he still living with y'all?
Yeah.
So you don't get to make that. Like that's like pulling a pin on a grenade and rolling it in the living room and saying that's going to blow up sometime. Like you don't get to do that. Like because you're dead men walking. There's going to be a cancer in your house.
He's not saying you don't get to do it. He's saying your husband.
Yeah, he didn't get to do that. If you're divorcing me, then you're out. And because here's the thing:
out of our marriage back in the fall and stuff, and I wasn't allowed to talk to him anymore. And he quit sleeping in our room and started hiding in other parts of the house. And I'm not allowed to know where he's at, and we don't communicate about the kids. It's gotten really
he's not allowed to live there anymore.
Yeah, he's out. Because now he's a man who has said, "I don't want to be in a relationship with you anymore." Spiritually, romantically, or legally. And
if your spirit leaves, you should take your body with you.
Yeah, now he's a man that is causing havoc in the lives of your kids and with you. You can't have your cake and eat it too on this one.
Yeah, I don't know what to do about it, though.
So, have you contacted an attorney yet?
I'm meeting with one on Monday to figure out what some of my legal rights are.
Good for you.
And what does your husband make a year?
He makes, I think it was $117 on our last tax return.
Okay. So, your legal rights in most states with 6 children and a 20-year marriage he's not going to have much of that $117 left by the time he finishes with alimony and child support. It's almost all going to go to you and the kids.
What if he pushes it? I was a 50-50
No, that's the
state.
law, honey. It's not. He didn't get to push.
Okay.
His opinion doesn't matter.
Dave, tell me if I'm wrong. I think 50-50 is about assets.
50-50 is assets, but it's not. I'm not talking about I'm talking about his income. The amount that a judge in most states will give you on a 20-year marriage on alimony, plus 6 children worth of child support. Percentage-wise, is going to take those two things together are going to take up a lot of that 117, and it's going to go to you to take care of the kids. So you're not going to have to take care of the kids and feed them and pay the house payment on a part-time daycare salary. And you can get your life insurance. And by the way, he can go ahead and start paying that now when he moves out next week after you meet with your lawyer. Your lawyer can explain to him that that's what his stuff is going to be, and so he can start paying that now. In most states, the judge will require that. I'm not an attorney, and I have no idea how you do things in South Dakota. But in most states, that's a general law, the way things flow, okay? And so I'm always amazed that guys think they're going to just walk away and take all of their income, and they have 6 kids left back there.
Well, they imagine,
and it's like I'll be sure and send you $5, huh?
Well,
it's like.
Yeah. Christy, I want you to ask your attorney this one important, multiple questions, whatever you have, but make sure you ask this question. I'm hearing this happen more and more and more, where somebody says, I want to divorce you, but depending on what state you're in, whoever files, quote unquote, looks like the bad guy. So I'm wondering here if he's trying to force you into filing because he thinks somehow that's going to help him financially on the back end. He can go to a judge and be like, I don't know, man, she just filed on me, and here, just pour on me. So ask your attorney if it matters who files the paperwork.
In most states regarding child support and alimony, it won't matter.
Good.
It won't matter. Now, on some other things that we're arguing about, maybe. Okay, a judge might step in and have some leeway, but it's a matter of law. It's not a matter of the judge's whimsical decision.
Sure. But Dave, I cannot tell you how often I'm hearing this now, where somebody doesn't want to, they want out of the marriage, and
most of the time they don't want to be the bad guy spiritually. Before God, I'm not the one that filed, although I caused the thing.
I caused the thing. I left you. I caused chaos in your house and finances. But
I abandoned you with 6 children.
Yeah,
after running up credit cards 3 different times deceptively. This guy's a real treat. Yeah.
And dude, you just said it. It's so important. People think when they're in a tough spot in their marriage. Everybody gets in those moments. Or there's a bunch of kids running around. You're exhausted. Work's crazy. The government's all this stuff. And you think, if I could just extract myself from this situation and plant myself somewhere else, all this would go away. I want to get a divorce. And Dave, you called it out. It's important to note that's just not how divorce works. When you extract yourself and you just plant yourself somewhere else, man, it comes with so many other strings and payments and connections, and
there's
juggling kids' schedules,
so many
and
things
all
that the
stuff.
law is going to dictate to, even without Christy wanting it.
Yeah,
the law is still going to make him do certain things in most states. Again, not an expert. I'm not an attorney, and I don't practice law in South Dakota. You need to talk to somebody that does on Monday, and then you need to start taking a position of strength on this. This guy is playing weird stuff going on here. Yeah, it's sad. I'm so sorry you're facing that.
For Christy.
Create your free every dollar budget today, the simplest way to budget for your life.